Got it. Red button says recording.
Here we go.
All right. It's Tuesday, 2 o'clock. How are you? I'm Bubba Hutchison, your Coastal Virginia realtor. And it's that time again. It's springtime and we're all pumped and excited and in good moods. And hopefully some more inventory will come on the market to buy because there are not many homes out there. And there are so many buyers right now because the rates are still great. And it's tax season. And we've got stimulus money. So I wanted just to talk real quickly with you about really if you're a first-time home buyer, because that's really something you want to be able to take advantage of with this money coming into you and how you can make that work along with the other grants and things like that that can help you put as little money down as possible when it comes to trying to purchase a property in this really hot market where you're going to run into competing offers usually on most places for sale. So you want to be as prepared as possible. And luckily with, one of the silver linings of this pandemic has been the government stimulus. And with it coming right now, you'll be able to harness that and make it work in your favor if you're able to save it and put it to work in your new home. So Renee Matter with Town Mortgage is joining me, and we're going to talk about some of your options, how you can best deploy that money to make your offer the best offer for your first home. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how are you? Happy Tuesday.
Yep, happy Tuesday, happy springtime. The weather is great today. It's like one of our first warm days, so.
No, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. You should get outside.
Yes, I will. I'll get outside right when we're done.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, it is still a hopping time to buy. I know there is a lack of houses out there, so anybody who's ready to sell, it's definitely a great time to get a hold of Bubba and get your house on the market. But it is a good time to buy because rates are still good. And like you mentioned, we do have a lot of people who are getting that government stimulus check and their tax return money back, both of which can be used during the purchase process. We can use that money for your down payment. We can use that money for closing costs. It can be used to invest in your future. So instead of taking that stimulus check and just blowing it on other
Clothes, a night out, a big weekend, a vacation. Hold on to it.
Yeah. On something that's more permanent that will go further for your money.
The American dream, Renee.
Like the American dream, exactly. So we've talked before about some of the programs that we have for first-time home buyers, and one of them that's really popular in this area is the Virginia Housing Program. It used to be the Virginia Housing and Development Authority, and they just recently changed their name, but they are the local authority on first-time home buyers. They do a lot of the 100% financing that people hear about for first-time home buyers. And I just thought I would share with you guys and kind of show you for our area what you would be looking at if you want to consider doing that program, because the one caveat to it is, well, there's two. You have to be a first-time home buyer, which is anybody who hasn't owned a home in the last 3 years. So you could have owned a home at some point in your life, but you can't have owned in the last 3 years.
That's great to know.
Yes. And the other caveat to it is the income amount and how much you can make. So I'm going to share my screen really quickly and just show you guys what that looks like.
You can do it. You can do it.
I can do it. Maybe I can do it. Yes, I can do it. I got it. Hold on. Here we go. Yep.
Perfect.
There we go. Look at this nifty chart I got right here for you guys. So most of the area that Bubba and I work in would be this Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Newport News area. Not that we can't help around, but that would be our main area. And you can see by this chart that if you are looking to do the 100% financing through VHDA, and there's two or few people that will be living in the home, the max amount that you can make is $72,300 for the year.
And just so you know, Renee, 100% financing means that
no down payment.
You're not going to make a down payment.
You will still have closing costs.
It used to be though, and I say used to be, it all changes via the market. But 2 years ago, it was pretty unusual if you were going to be a purchaser and you were going to take advantage of this program, that you're going to have to cover closing costs. You know, a normal market, you're the seller most of the time, if the buyer requests it, will help you out with that closing cost. But right now, with such little inventory out there and so many buyers, vast majority, 99% of the time now, these buyers are going to have to cover their own closing costs, which is a big chunk of change. So your down payment can be covered with this grant if you're making under 72.3 with you or a spouse together on that loan. But now there's going to be some other upfront cash that you're going to need that you wouldn't have had to need 2 years ago. And that's why we wanted to talk about tax returns and stimulus, because that's going to give you the cash to be able to make this work.
Correct. Yeah, for sure. The other nice thing about these programs is just depending on your credit score, you can roll in 1.5% of the closing cost into the loan on these programs.
Great.
And so we do have a little bit of flexibility there, but again, cash right now is definitely king in the market that we're in. And so that cash that you get from the tax returns or the stimulus could really help you out in the market that we're in to be able to purchase a home. And you can see here with 3 or more people, you can go up to 84.3 as the total household income needed. But it is a really great program. I do a ton of these loans. They're really helpful to people. But yeah, what better way to spend that extra money that you got than to purchase a home?
Well, you know, Renee, if anyone watching this, if they don't fit that criteria, I'm sure they've got family that does, friends, family of friends that are in that first-time home buyer process that are making a certain amount of money that's within that price range. And you might want to see that form to be able to share with them. Just let us know. We can email it to you. We can Facebook message it to you, whatever, any way you need to get it to you. We'll share that with you so you're as educated as possible to be able to let them know what they need to be able to qualify. But, you know, irregardless, Renee, I mean, if it's first-time home buyer that doesn't fit into that price range, or if it's a third-time home buyer, what have you, like you said, cash is king right now when it comes to covering your closing costs, covering your down payments, of course, anything. The more cash you've got, the better. And, you know, what better time has there been for people to be able to stock up on a little bit than with the government stimulus stuff. And then also, if you're getting a tax return, you can, you know, pile that in there as well. And you're going to be in a much better position to purchase that house that you love than you would have been without that stuff. So be smart.
That's right. Be smart.
Your dream awaits you.
Wisely.
All right, cool. Well, give us a call anytime. 880-757, area code 880-2945 is my number. And you can call me, text me. Renee, if you've got any lending questions.
Reach out to me at 757.
I'll push you over to Renee, or just call her directly.
757-810-6064.
Cool. All right, Renee. Thanks so much.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
We'll see you next Tuesday at 2.
See you next Tuesday at 2.